spring break is ending, and what have we done with our children academically. So this is a great opportunity, in addition to camps, to kind of take a pause and reflect on areas of weakness that your child may be struggling with, and identifying what are those areas that they really need to bolster up during the break time. So everything from looking over their class notes, making sure that, one, that they have notes for the subjects that they're covering, and it'd be very easy to check with the school, check in with their teachers to see what they've been covering if you have not already been doing so, or looking at weekly emails. Typically schools and teachers will send out a weekly summary of what's been going on, and so it's a time to go back and review what they've been covering, and that they have notes to reflect that, because it's hard to study something or look over something if they have nothing to review.
You have to be willing to make the choice and have a made-up mind that you are going to be involved. And so it is it is going to take your time. It's going to be a sacrifice of many things. And we all sacrifice different things, anyway, just as parents. Yeah. But it is another little layer, another level, another step up. If you do not feel like you're in a season where you want to be, as involved in your children's education, then, this may not be the time for you, but it is very heavily parent involved. And so it's on you. So you have, that's regardless if you do a classical conversations model, a co-op model, a university model. You are the parent's as a parent, you're the child's number one teacher, influencer, and involved in their education. So it's going to require your time.
Well, I think first of all, being a collegiate athlete is a great honor. I think to be able to play at that level, to be able to have a scholarship, to be able to represent a team, I think is a huge honor. So I think you have that viewpoint. But you also have the viewpoint too, is just if you're playing at a high level at TCU, Big 12 type sports, the expectations are high, and so everybody wants to win. And so there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of, as Garrett said, time management. It would be easier for them to probably work a 40-hour-a-week job than it is to be a collegiate athlete and student. At TCU, academics are a premium, and so they're expected to go to class. They're expected to do well in class. They don't get any passes because they are student athletes. And so you see student athletes, you see the highs and lows. And when they're in season, if the season's going well, I think emotionally they can be doing well. If the season's not going well, they could be emotionally not doing well. You go to periods where when tests are coming in and finals are coming in, you see students who are bombarded with that. And so, like you said, it's definitely a delicate balancing act, and they have a lot of support to help them, academically, emotionally, spiritually, just wherever they at, to help that student athlete to come alongside them, that they can, be healthy, graduate from college, and also to be great citizens in society.
So things you might see is like boundary problems, suspiciousness, distrust. I think they'll have difficulties with other people and emotional states if they're put in highly emotional situations. Sometimes they act out. They either get really quiet or they do the opposite. I always tell parents, think of kids like on a dial, like on the boiling, like when you're putting a pot of water. Yeah. Sometimes you have a kid that comes in your classroom and they're at a 10 and they're boiling right away. They walk in and they're just at it. And not realizing, like you said, there's a story behind that. Right. I think the thing we have to consider is that all behavior has purpose, and we have to understand what the behavior means so that we understand how we can help it.
I feel like if your parents are tough on you, they just want the best for you. And if they're not tough on you, then you're just going to fail. Like, if you fail, you're just going to think, and you're going to think it's okay. And your parents are just not, like, going to say anything. Right. But if you say something, it's going to make you think, like, that's not okay. Like, I just made my parents disappointed in myself, and I'm disappointed in myself. If your parents don't tell you or discipline you in any way, you're not going to learn.
Exactly. And I can answer real quick. Early on in life, I think it's a crucial part, up until high school, I believe. Elementary school, middle school, maybe even freshman, sophomore year. parents should definitely intervene in your life, whether it's school or extracurriculars or stuff like that. But once you get to junior and senior, you're about to be an adult. Like I'm literally going to college next year. That is insane to think about because I just do not think I'm ready for that.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I think that they should be really involved, especially in elementary and middle school. But yeah, like once you get to the later part of high school, I think they should start backing off a little bit and just trying to help them get into college, and then they're free. They're just going to take all your money for college, but besides that, you're free.